Morning, Peter. This morning's law is quite interesting. It says use Goldilocks to your advantage. And the chapter starts off with Stephen Bartlett explaining a real estate agent taking somebody to go and buy a house, and he will normally show them three houses. One house that is very expensive and not really what they ask for, and a second one that's really not up to standard, below par. And then as a third option, he shows them the middle one. But the methodology behind all of that is what this law is about, is to say, if I show you two things that's really not there, the aim is really to get you to fall for the middle one. And I think in today's world, that's actually something that's working for us.
I just think that there's so many sales manipulations and promotions that manipulate us that we can so easily be led astray.
Yeah, Peter. And then the chapter goes on, and I just want to read this one. I think it was a quote that he made in there. Our decisions aren't driven by sense. They're driven by the nonsense created by social cues, irrational fear, and survival instincts. And when I got to that point of the chapter, I just asked myself the question, does that not really raise a question? Are we true to ourselves? Are the goals and everything that we live for driven by our potential and who we're supposed to be, or are they driven by the world? And it talks about social cues, but I mean, social media is one of those big things. Are we true to ourselves, or are we driven by what the world wants us to do?
And I find that very interesting because as I was driving around this week and thinking about this chapter, I felt the chapter was all about authentic living. And whilst our focus is on intentional living, we need to be authentic as well as intentional. And I think really this chapter can be just summed up very shortly and sweetly by saying, well, what is driving your decisions?